Every single night, millions of people do the exact same thing. They sit down, open Netflix, load YouTube, start a game, and suddenly their Wi-Fi gets way worse. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why that happens. From the stuff your neighbors are doing, to the stuff your own house is doing, to the part that most people blame on Wi-Fi even though it isn't actually Wi-Fi's fault. Because the truth is, your Wi-Fi doesn't just get slower at night for one reason, it gets worse for layers of reasons. And the last one is probably the one you never expect. The most common reason your Wi-Fi feels worse at night is simple. Too many people are online at the same time. From around 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., huge numbers of people are all doing high bandwidth things at once. They're streaming 4K videos, they're gaming, they're scrolling, they're downloading updates, and your internet provider has to deal with all that traffic at the same time. So think of it like a highway. In the middle of the day, traffic is pretty manageable, but at rush hour, everyone is on the road at once. The internet has the same problem, and your neighborhood is often sharing part of that internet together. This is where it gets more interesting. A lot of residential internet, especially cable internet, works through a shared neighborhood connection. That means your house is not always getting its own completely isolated pipe to the internet. Instead, your connection often goes through a local node that your neighbors also use. So if a bunch of people near you are all streaming at once, that shared part of the network becomes a bottleneck. And this is also why internet companies love to say up to in their plan, because they're not assuming every customer is maxing out their speed at the same time. But at night, way more people actually are. But let's say your provider is not the main issue. Your own house can still wreck your internet at night, because nighttime is when more devices are active at the same time. Phones, laptops, smart TVs, game consoles, tablets, smart home devices. And while you're trying to stream and play a game, other devices may quietly be doing things in the background, uploading photos to the cloud, downloading software updates, installing game patches. So even if nobody in your house is actively using the internet that much, your network may still be busy, which means your router now has to divide attention across more devices and more tasks. But here's the part most people miss. Sometimes the problem is not your internet provider. Sometimes the problem is not even bandwidth. Sometimes the problem is just your actual Wi-Fi signal. At night, two things often happen. First, your neighbors' routers are busier too. That means more nearby Wi-Fi networks are competing on the same wireless channels. And if their router is talking louder at the same time as yours, your signal can get interference. Second, you often move further away from your router at night. Maybe now you're in your bedroom or on the couch or upstairs, and Wi-Fi hates distance and obstacles. So even if your internet plan is fine, your phone or TV may just be hearing the router less clearly than it did earlier. And here's where it gets weird. A strong Wi-Fi signal does not automatically mean fast internet, and a weak Wi-Fi signal does not automatically mean your provider is bad. Those are two different things. Your internet speed is how fast data can move between your house and the internet. Your Wi-Fi signal is how clearly your device can hear your router. So at night, your internet can feel worse because your neighborhood is congested, your house is busier, your Wi-Fi signal has more interference, or all three are happening at the same time. Because it's not always one thing, it always stacks. So what can you actually do about it? First, restart your router. That can clear minor glitches and sometimes help it reconnect on a cleaner Wi-Fi channel. Second, if your router has both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz, use 5 GHz for streaming and gaming when possible. It usually has less interference and gives you higher speeds at short range. Third, for important devices like gaming consoles or smart TV, use Ethernet if you can. That completely bypasses Wi-Fi interference. And fourth, if you want to know whether the problem is your Wi-Fi or your provider, test the device plugged directly into the router with Ethernet. So if your Wi-Fi gets worse at night, you're not imagining it. The internet actually has a kind of rush hour. Your neighborhood gets busier, your house gets busier, your wireless signal gets messier, and all of that piles up right when everybody wants to relax. So the next time your internet suddenly feels terrible at night, it might not be one problem, it might be all of them at once.